Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Fort Worth Roots. You can find Fort Worth Roots on all of your favorite streaming services, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. We also have videos associated with these on YouTube. Fort Worth Roots. We've been going for 5 years. And as far as I know, this is the only podcast in town with a full-time podcaster putting out, on average, 5 to 6 episodes a week. It's all about connecting the community. If you guys would like to tune in the mornings, we have a morning show Monday through Thursday. It releases at 9 a.m. on all platforms. Just look for Fort Worth Roots. And our goal there is to connect the community and give you a snapshot of what's going on in Fort Worth on your way to work, dropping the kids off at school, whatever your morning activities might be. But it doesn't even have to be morning. You can log in whenever you want. That's the best thing about this style of morning show. It's there when you need it. And our Tuesday nights, like the episode that you're about to listen to, our Tuesday nights at McFly's happen in front of a live audience. We get pizza for you guys. We have the live audience microphone so you guys can get in on the conversation. And now we do Billy Bob's tickets. We're giving away Billy Bob tickets every single Tuesday out at McFly's Pub, so come hang with us. If you're looking for updates on what we're doing, you can find us on Instagram or all the other social media sites as Fort Worth Roots. Stay tuned to the very end of the episode because we like to tell you about our sponsors, the people helping us keep Fort Worth dollars in Fort Worth pockets. The Body Scrubbery on Instagram at The Body Scrubbery, online at thebodyscrubbery.com. 925-808-8222. It's a boutique and unique spa experience. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Luxury foot spa, full body scrubs, infrared heat wraps, massages, bubble tubs, mud wraps, facials, couple packages, and small group parties. That's a lot to say, but it's a really awesome establishment ran by one of our friends, Michelle. And she, if you drop everything you're doing right now, at 6 o'clock tonight, there is going to be a speed dating event at Hoppin' this Friday, today, right now. You can come be a part of that if you'd like to do some speed dating. But at 7 o'clock, we launch something that's fun for everybody. It's called the Fort Worth Dating Games. And we did this once before. It was an absolute blowout. We had like somewhere between 200 and 300 people show up to this thing. It's not going to be that crazy this time. We're not coupled with a singles group that we had join us last time. So if it was just a little too intense for you last time, it won't be quite that crazy. Come hang with us this Friday out at Hoppin'. Mama Lou's is going to be out here slinging some of her delicacies. So there's food available, and it's just going to be a rad little time this Friday at Hoppin'. Today's episode was, of course, recorded at McFly's Pub for our live Tuesday audience. And our guest today is an incredible musician. It's an honor to have her on the show. I hope that we get to get her back on the show at some point. She plays some music for us at the very end of the recording, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's enough talking out of me. Find our guest today on Instagram as Madison Paige Country. Thank y'all so much for being here, and let's start the show. All right, folks, welcome back. It's McFly's Tuesday night. We got Madison Paige in the room. Yeah, here we go. Got a great audience tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Billy Bob's tickets to give away. I see Karen sticking her ticket in the tumbler there. Don't forget to put one in the cup, Karen. Big shout out to Amanda Band out there at Billy Bob's, Texas, for giving us some tickets that we give away here every Tuesday here at McFly's whenever we bring another artist in to hang out with us. Madison Paige, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. I don't remember exactly how we found each other.
I do.
How was it?
So you had Kenny Jean on the show. And
Okay.
I came across her video and followed you, and then organically it came together.
It was natural.
Yeah, all
nothing
natural.
Forced here. So I didn't know who you were, and for me that's always a shock. But there's so many talented musicians out there that I can't get around to everybody.
It's a big scene. There's a lot
It
of people.
is. It is. But it's a very accepting scene. It doesn't. We hear it time and time again from other artists. There's not a lot of gatekeepers, and everybody's very collaborative here in Fort Worth. So that's cool. But anyway, what I was leading up to is I was so impressed with everything that you seem to have going on right now.
Thanks.
You were on it, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't feel like I've got it all going on, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to keep afloat with everything.
Well, that's good, because if you ever feel like you made it, then you're done refining the product, right?
Yeah.
That's not a good place to be.
Continue to grow always.
Yeah. So, awesome. I got to ask you some questions about, because I put together a little promotional video for our Tuesday night here at McFly's.
Yeah.
And so I'm going through your Instagram, and there's all sorts of wildness. You're a content creator as well.
Yeah, I am.
So tell me about that backswing. Looks like you do you golf regularly?
I do golf. I've been golfing for almost a year now.
Okay.
And actually, just last week, I bought myself fitted clubs. Finally, I feel like I was at a good place, and so
Dude,
I'm hoping by 2035 I'll make it into the ladies PGA. We'll
okay.
find out. If
Yeah.
not, sell everything that I own.
it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah.
That's really cool. I've golfed a dozen times in my life.
Just a dozen.
Yeah, I would think it's
sad.
probably underneath that. No. I like golf, but
I love it. I hate it, and I love it.
what do you hate about it?
I hate when I don't play good. Love it when I do.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as things to do and sporting events, going out, spending a day on the golf course and running around in a golf cart and just hanging out, that's fun enough.
Yeah, but I like to play and win.
You're very competitive.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Are you gonna bend your new golf club over your knee and throw it into the water hazard?
I've tried it once. It doesn't work. I just can't do it.
You just hurt your leg.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Another big event that I saw, I think you just released this video yesterday. There's a 50-foot massive RV that you just purchased.
44 foot, but yes. It is, actually, it's once I ended up buying it, I was like, oh, this is 2 feet past my max of what I wanted. But
no.
you go into it and you buy, you have to buy the floor plan that works for you. You have to be able to walk in it. And looking online is one thing, but being in it physically, it gives you a better idea of, can I live in here? And yeah, so I did that, and people think that I'm done doing music and hair, and that they're like, oh, well, are you just traveling the world now? I'm like, no, I still have bills to pay, so just gonna not pay rent for a waste. I'm gonna just put it towards something that's actually mine, an investment.
Well, it looks rad.
Thanks.
It looks like you picked a good one. I hope you got a great deal on it.
I did.
Cool. So you do hair.
I do.
I didn't see that yet. So do you have a salon that you work out of? Do you have your own place?
Yeah, so I'm in Weatherford, Texas. I just
cool.
moved there.
Okay.
I've done hair for 4 years now, and so it's been good. It keeps the bills paid. That music doesn't.
Right.
So it works for me and what I need it to do. But honestly, it's really cool because both of these careers are very, they're full of blessings, and music's one thing to touch people in one way, and then hair's another to be able to make somebody feel good about themselves, because nobody realizes how much people love their hair, especially women. And I've been in one predicament when I was like, oh my gosh, I might lose all my hair, and I was like, I don't want to do that. And you really don't realize it until you're in a situation you're like, this is
that'd be a big thing.
Yeah, it holds a lot. It literally holds memory. So it's a big thing to be able to have people that trust you in their chair. I don't know who trusts me with chemicals, but God bless.
Yeah, it's like a 3-hour ordeal, right?
Yeah.
Color change and a haircut.
Yeah.
My lady, she drives all the way out to Mineral Wells. It's like a full day event, and so it's an hour there, 3 hours in the chair, and then an hour back. So it's a full day.
But if you find somebody, it's
and
worth
that's it, right?
Yeah, it's worth it when you
She's
find
got her
somebody.
person out there.
Yeah, and when you find it, you usually don't leave it.
Yeah. So you probably just said this. How long have you been doing that?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and you just love it.
I love it. It gives me the ability to do music without chasing a paycheck.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, and that's one of the big goals, right? Just trying to find a way that you can make it all work.
Yeah.
Do we got a note over there? Are we giving you some feedback? Let me try this out. How's that? A little better? Let me know. I'm sorry, my eyes
Much
just
better.
aren't that good. Oh, and by the way, folks, we didn't talk about this yet. There's an audience microphone here. You guys are welcome, encouraged, and almost obligated to get up here and talk on this mic anytime you want to jump into the conversation. Seriously. Yeah, you want to come up here and sing? You can do it. It's all right.
Can we put restrictions on certain people?
Well, this is about you. So, Madison, if somebody we got to look right here. You see this? That little red button? If you need to, you can mute them right here. Okay? So let's talk about your music a little bit. You got some new music coming out?
So the ideal goal for this year would be able to record an entire album and then release it. But financially,
it costs money.
And I can't imagine what it costs now, because back in 2014 and 2016 when I was recording, it was one price. And now what it is, and what I actually just talked to a friend yesterday who recorded a whole album and just 6 songs, and I was like, it's insane to think that it's like 10, 12,000. And I'm like,
yeah.
No.
I've listened to your music, and whoever put that together for you has done an incredible job.
Yeah.
And I imagine that you'd want to stick with them. But there's so many great studios around town, and I know a couple.
Yeah.
So if you need some suggestions.
Appreciate it. Hey,
But
I'm always
whatever
open
it
to
takes.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
that
it's
music
good.
out.
It's good to get music out, and it's good to keep it going. And the big thing now is like people record albums for price efficiency, but they release singles. So they're not releasing a whole album. No one does albums anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's, going back to my high school days, we were still buying CDs. And it was a big deal when a new CD would come out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about the music. It was about the CD and the case and the artwork. And albums were put together so that, not all artists, but most, would structure it so that, this is the way I want you to experience this album.
Yeah.
Track 1 through track 16 or whatever.
Well, and the one thing I also, like, music is such a beautiful, artistic, like, just ability to have. And the thing is one thing I always took years ago when I went to a seminar in College Station with Texas music pickers. They sat there and they said that one song that's not solid can wash the entire album.
Yeah.
And you've got to make sure every song is built correctly and made correctly to support and really showcase you, because that one song can ruin everything. But now people just release singles. So, I mean, I'm like, I don't know if it really applies, but, I write as I need to, and whatever I feel like releasing, I release.
Right.
If it's sad, everybody loves a sad song. I could be the happiest in the world, and I love a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
I'm just here for it. So,
What song are you thinking about when you said that?
oh, man. I just sat down with a friend last night, and we talked about all the really good music, and we talked about Leanne Womack, and she's got covers as well as her own stuff, but she's got so many songs that are just tear you at the heart, and I love Leanne Womack.
Yeah.
So not really a song in particular, but I just love her stuff. She's very much a very soulful, slow country, 90s classic, just heartbreak, and I love it.
Well, when you get ready to release something, we want to be part of your rollout. Please let us help.
Yeah,
We'd
I
love
appreciate that. Thanks.
So what have you got going on musically? Do you have gigs coming up? Are you doing any residencies?
No residencies. I have friends that are on them that kind of invite me on them. That's always awesome. I have a lot of private gigs this month. It's been kind of nice. I love the private gigs. They're always the best. But I do have a lot more.
Little house parties. And
Yeah. They pay great. I mean, they pay the bills. So, and I do feel like those are the people who really want to listen to you. But I do have a lot more shows coming up in April and May, and I am booking a little bit more. I took kind of actually a break, and I'm slowly getting back into it now. But trying to bring my drummer on the cajon and just playing with me on shows just to add to it. And we both are like two peas in a pod when playing. So we feed off of each other for energy, and it's always just a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So where are you from originally? Did you grow up here in Fort Worth?
No, I grew up in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's Texas?
Yeah.
Okay with that?
No, it is.
At least you didn't say Oklahoma City. We're good.
I'm not going to get caught up with this. But I also got the hell out of Houston, Texas. Once I turned 18, I was like, I'm shipping straight north.
Yeah.
And it's been good, though, because DFW is so centralized to Kansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, all the places that you can go for music, Louisiana. So it's a good travel spot compared to having to drive a whole 4 or 5 hours plus the distance.
So you've been planning that RV for a minute.
Just the last 2 years. People are like, I actually posted, people are like, come see me here. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't do it for this purpose. I did it to save money and to actually put money not in a trash can. Yeah. So it's just one of those things that, I would love to travel with it, but it's
huge.
Yeah.
Do you have the truck to pull that thing?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't have that for sure.
Well, I had played with the idea for a while. Before we got on the recording, we were talking about this, but I wanted to do that because it, with the cost of housing now, it's just insane. I remember the last time I went apartment hunting, and this was, come on, let me think, probably 2019, and I found a studio apartment for $1,000 a month, and there were like some add-ons, like you got to have this cable service, you got to have this waste removal service.
So it's really not as great as it sounds.
No, it came out to like $1,300 a month for a studio. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'll live in a van down by the river eating government cheese.
I used to tell my mom.
This is crazy.
I told my mom all the time, I said, I'm just going to go to U-Haul, get an extra large box, poke some holes, and take an extension cord from someone's house. Their power supply, live in it.
Home sweet home.
I'm like, if it gets ruined, $5 more to get another box. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. That story just took everything out of my head. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about RVs now. RVs are cool. Okay, you moved up here from Houston.
Yeah.
And when did this happen?
I moved up here in 2018.
Okay. And I tell people all the time, because you get flack from folks that, like, they were born here, they went to school here, and by God, they're going to die here, and they've never left the county. You know? But there's something special about people that come to Fort Worth, and they go, oh, yeah, this is home.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's growing. I mean, God. DFW, granted, I don't care for Dallas, respectfully.
Amen.
I just love Fort Worth, but I'm also on the west side of Fort Worth, so it's much more open.
Yep.
It's still hectic and traffic galore.
Oh, God. I-30 going towards Weatherford after 3 o'clock, forget it.
Now it's even like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's bad. So, but it's one of those things that, like, it's such a growing area. It's one of the best places to be for almost any job. You've got all these aspects and all these opportunities in this location. And people are building everywhere. So if you want a neighborhood, you've got it.
Yeah. And y'all just got a Costco out there towards Weatherford.
We did.
So is that open yet?
It is open. It opened last weekend. And everyone's like, how is it? And they're like, in and out, 20 minutes. And I'm like,
what?
Yeah, it's impressive.
Really?
Yeah, they are catering to Weatherford right now on everything, which Costco's never really been terrible except for Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, and if anybody knows Weatherford people, like whenever a new business opens up in Weatherford, it is a slaughterhouse for the first 2 or 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And then it dies down. I think about that chicken place that opened off of, it's right before you get to the courthouse. Is that 51? It's right across from a school. Can't remember the name of it, but it's just some chicken house.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. It's off of Main Street.
It was crazy. You couldn't drive down Main Street for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I never went to it. I didn't care for it.
So when I saw that Costco was opening up, I told Megan, I'm like, babe, we will never see the inside of that Costco. For like the first 3 months, I refuse to go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
That's a nuclear wasteland. So that's cool to hear that it's not too crazy right now.
It's not,
They were prepared for it.
Yeah, 100%.
But the area is expanding. We do a morning show Monday through Thursday, and so as a result, I'm always reading off news stories. And one of the things I saw was that they are anticipating, I guess, I don't know how they're tracking this. It seems impossible to track, but by 2040, and I probably got all the numbers wrong, they're expecting Fort Worth's population to double by 2040. And it's evident. You see all these apartments and the warehouses, and just nonstop. There's another story talking about the air quality in Fort Worth, and apparently Fort Worth is now outside of the EPA limits for air quality in Fort Worth, like the national standard. Mm-hmm. And some of that is because they lowered the standard to where air quality needs to be less polluted. So that had an impact. But also all the construction in the area.
Oh, yeah. And just like the wind we've been having and all the dust blowing through as an artist.
My voice doesn't usually sound like this.
That's me right now, yeah. I've been dreading it. And it's hard because, like, when you're self-employed, when you, like, especially for me, when I miss work, I'm out. Especially if I'm losing my voice, I'm out for about a month.
Yeah.
And then I've got no money coming in because I'm sick. Both hair and music. I mean, I could do hair, but most people are like, if you don't have a voice, I'm out. Don't touch me.
Speaking of not having any income, so you got up here. You're getting yourself established, and within 2 years, COVID hits.
Yeah.
How did that go? Let's dig into that.
Well, there's a lot to dig into in that time frame.
Oh, yeah, same, actually.
Well, so I actually went on American Idol back in 2019. It aired in 2020. Yeah. And I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to get just some type of airtime. It's going to set me up. I'm going to get exposure. I'm going to get all these gigs. I just wanted gigs. I wanted to have a name.
Yeah.
And there's only one place in Glen Rose, Loco Coyote Grill, that actually recognized me and was like, oh, my God, it's Madison Paige. And I was like, this is what it's like.
Oh, my God, nice. I'm famous.
I said, yeah, this is nice. And but when COVID hit, that was a season that we did duets instead of groups, and they went halfway through the season after Hawaii. They all went at home and had to record from home. So you don't get the same quality. It's like watching a video versus seeing someone live. It's different.
100%.
Some people sound better. Some people are worse.
Yeah.
And I was so glad I got off of it. By the end of Hollywood Week, I made top 60, and I was cut. And I was like, amen, I'm good.
Top 60 ain't bad.
No, it's not. Not considering for how many people go to it.
Yeah.
But
it's thousands, right? Every season?
I mean, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Like, The Voice has nothing on what American Idol does.
Right.
And so...
Well, they're the OG.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, when it aired, I was like, oh, this is good. And I was like, are they going to, like, they showcased my little snippet of my golden ticket audition. And I was like, they're definitely, I was in the first commercial, only person you could hear sing. And I was like, they're definitely going to air my audition. I'm like, stay tuned on Facebook. I'm like, keep watching. They never aired it.
Oh, my God.
But they sure as hell aired my 9-minute and 54-second video of my duet and all the drama with it. I said, I told myself, I said, no publicity is bad publicity. And I was like, if it gets me a show, I'm good. It didn't. COVID hit, and bars shut down, and I picked up hair. I went to school, and I was like, yep, I need something, because this is not going to work.
Yeah.
And no one knew where the world was going.
No.
So it was like a guessing game.
Yeah. That was a fun time in our lives. We're better people now.
Yeah. We're stronger.
There's got to be something in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So American Idol, you just kind of threw that at me. We need to talk about the start and the finish, or the start and the current for your music trajectory, because it's evident by listening to your music and seeing what you're doing that there's been some refining here. You're very talented.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't say that if you're not. By the way.
Well, I appreciate it. Sometimes I sit back and I'm like, Mom, are you just telling me I can sing? You tell me. I'm like, you have to. But no, I mean, I started singing when I was really young. My mom says she jokes all the time. She's like, you had colic as a kid and we just didn't hear the tune through the crying. But I mean, I clinged to music about 3 and 4 years old, and it was 8 that I actually started making a name for myself. And I mean, I took my karaoke machine. I couldn't strum a guitar to save my life. I had a little pink microphone stand. I still have a video of it. And my brother was...
I'm going to need you to send that to
me.
I
will. So my brother and I were the only ones out of the 6 kids that wanted to do what we wanted to do since we were a kid. And he was a firefighter, and so he was at a volunteer station. And I asked the chief, I said, at your open house, can I set up my little karaoke machine? And my brother's like, please don't. And there's the video, you can see him walking through, and he's just like, this is miserable. And I just didn't care. And I was singing Kelly Pickler, Red High Heels. And I love that song. And, you know, all through elementary, I still have my video of kindergarten when I did the talent show. And I sang I Ain't in Shakota Anymore by Underwood. And it's a hard song to sing even now for me. And I had no cares in the world. I had a little chair, and I stood up, and I pushed it away. I had no fear. No fear. And I'm telling you, the lights went out in the gymnasium. And it's daytime, so I mean, you can still see.
Yeah.
But little 5-6-year-old me just kept walking in the crowd and singing. I had no fear. And my music teacher told my mom, he was like, I can teach someone to sing, but I cannot teach someone stage presence.
Right.
He's like, don't force her in that direction. She's going to reject it, but help guide her. And ever since then, I've just made a name for myself since 8. And I did anything and anybody who would listen to me. I set up my machine, and I would just put my microphone up, and my parents would watch me, and I just did what I loved to do. And I knew from that moment on that was where I needed to go. And it was about junior high. I was like, okay, do you want to do Broadway? Because I had, done plays and everything. And then I was like, do I want to do country music? And I was like, I don't want to go to New York. I want to stay in Texas. So I was like, let me do country music. And so that's what I stuck with. And it's been a really hard road. Doing it for 16 years has been brutal. But also, too, it's a blessing. And I take it where I can get it at. So it could be worse. But, I've always made accomplishment here and there. And every time I wanted to quit, something always came through. And God always showed me that there's a reason for why you're still doing it.
That's excellent. So was it difficult losing some of your connections? I mean, you were building a name for yourself in Houston whenever you moved up here.
Yeah. I remember signing my lease, and my mom's like, Madison, don't do it. Just stay at home. And I was like, I don't know. And so I was in tears, and I signed my lease, and I said, screw it. I was stubborn. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I ended up moving up here, and I already was visiting the stockyards once a month. I was spending about $500 between hotel and gas, and I was like...
Driving up here from Houston?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I sang at Thirsty Armadillo and Whiskey Girl Saloon.
Okay.
And it slowly got into more, but it was a different crowd and people who traveled there than what it is now after COVID. It's 3 times the amount of people.
Oh, yeah.
But I ended up kind of going there constantly. I was like, I've been doing this for a year. At what point am I just going to move up here? I'm like, Houston had, ever since COVID, Houston's venues were just not the same. They started shutting down. Everyone did, but especially Houston. And I noticed a lot of people were known as South Texas artists. And I was like, I don't want to be that. I want to be Texas-based.
Yeah.
So I moved up here, and it was really hard to initially just make a name for myself in a very saturated, not as saturated as Broadway, Nashville, but saturated industry, but everybody is welcoming up here. Houston, I had buddies down there that I would ask them, hey, starting gig, like they've already been doing it, but I'm like, what did you charge? How long did you do?
Yeah.
And I asked questions and they would literally go silent and wouldn't help me. And I was like,
Wow.
I was like, I need the help.
And these are friends?
I mean,
somewhere in that neighborhood.
I don't hold grudges anymore. Like I just let things go, and so it was kind of a point where I was like, okay,
you gotta hold those grudges.
I know.
You gotta hold on to some of those grudges. That's how you learn.
I forgive, but I don't forget.
There you go.
So I just learned from it, and everyone up here, it's one big family, and someone's always willing to help. And I have more of a supportive group of people now than I've ever had with music.
That's awesome.
So it's a blessing.
And I think, you know, it's cliche, but like Fort Worth, where the West begins, maybe it is like that West Texas type of mentality, which I think is insane because this is not West Texas, but it does seem to carry over like that. Yeah. That I don't know, neighborly kind of thing.
Yeah, and one thing is like, and I still have places like Round Top and Warrington that are great to me down back home area. And I mean, I'm talking people who we handshake. We don't have a contract. You just handshake it and you know that the word's good. And so, you know, I still have some people down there, but otherwise, I mean, up here, it's just everyone's always a helping hand. I mean, I have so many people now in my life that would give the shirt off their back for anything if I called. Yeah. And so it's finding that niche for people. And there's still people who aren't like that, but also too, they're short-lived.
Yeah.
If you're trying to beat somebody else out of the competition or you aren't willing to help somebody, you're out. Like you won't make it very far.
That's right. Yeah, and you being an incredibly talented artist, it would almost seem like, well, yeah, of course she's going to get the doors open for her because she's so wildly talented. But I've got some friends, and you know who you are, that are garbage, and they still have all the doors open for them. So it's not.
We forgive and we don't forget.
Yeah. No, it's and I'm saying that as a joke mostly, but there are people that are just, I mean, they're of different calibers, and those same doors that are open for you are open for everybody.
Yep, I agree.
And it is an extremely collaborative community, and the folks that listen to these episodes regularly are so tired of hearing me talk about that, but it is such a cool thing.
Yeah,
you don't see it everywhere, and I had somebody on the recording from Nashville couple weeks ago, and he was telling me that Nashville is extremely collaborative, but it's not anywhere near like Fort Worth.
No.
So people come from out of state and know other cities, and they see that. It's not just us patting ourselves on the back. It's other people making that comment and pointing it out to us. So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So what's next? What's on the horizon?
Honestly, since I took a break from music and getting back into it again, I'm just kind of taking what I want to take and what I want to do, things that are intriguing to me or that pay good, something that fills my cup up. That's been my motto for the last about 2 years is if it doesn't fill my cup up and it's taking from it, I'm not doing it. So that's, I mean, just slowly getting back into music but not killing myself. Like some of my friends, I have one person who's like, I played 200-something shows last year, and I'm like, holy crap, how'd you make it?
I know those people.
I couldn't do it. I can't do it. So I just want to be able to play, enjoy it. People enjoy what I'm doing, still have that support system, and just being able to love it while I do it. That's the biggest thing, because I've been in the shoes of when I've lost the love for it, and I had to refine that.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, and it's a battle within yourself to be like, do I quit or do I just keep going? And like you just don't know.
Well, taking a break sometimes I think is
it's
really
good.
important.
It's
because you get. I mean, even with the podcast, I hit seasons where I'm just like, I can feel myself kind of retracting a little bit.
Yes.
Because it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work between social media, organizing it, setting it up, breaking it down, whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's some parallels with this gigging thing and what y'all do as musicians.
Yeah.
I'm in and out of all the same bars and restaurants, talking to the same people, trying to promote shows and things like that. And it's not the same because you have a natural talent, and I'm just trying to figure it out.
You're like, slowly but surely I'm getting there.
Yeah. You got to hit that 10,000 hour mark, right?
Yeah.
I'm plugging away at it, though, so you'll have to let me know whenever I've got it perfected.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing great. Honestly, you keep, with social media especially, if you're the one that's running it, you're always posting every single, and it's exhausting. I hate social media.
Oh, dude. We all do, and I mention that all the time. That's another thing we talk about. Social media sucks, but it's like, how else do you participate in society without getting involved with all the other bullshit.
You won't make it with a career of it. I mean, almost any career, you will not make it if you don't have social media. And both of mine are people careers, but it's not just in person. I've got a network online. And I would throw my phone into an ocean if I had the opportunity.
In a second, yeah. I've got a buddy. He's been on the show twice. I'm not going to drop his name, but he completely stepped away from social media. And I was so proud of him. He did it for 3 years.
Yeah.
And whenever he first started doing that, he said, man, I have gotten more doors open for me just doing the in-person stuff. Because instead of constantly posting on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, he was going out. He was making a point. Okay, I'm not doing that, so I am going to go to every place I can go to, talk to everybody that'll listen.
Yeah.
And he said he was getting some major results out of that. Fast forward 3 years later, he's back on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like he had to get back in there.
It's like a building phase, and it's much easier to say no over the phone or email, or to not get an answer at all than it is in person. I always say, I'm like, and humbly I say this, if I want to go to a venue and I want to show them what I have, I'll go in there and I'll be like, I have my guitar. If you give me 5 minutes, I promise you won't say no. And it's
Nice.
true. Like when you hear quality artists and you meet somebody in face to face, it's much easier to make a connection.
Yeah.
I do better with faces and names than just names. I'm not going to remember it. But when I have a face and a handshake to it, it's a whole different ball game. And it's a different, just very personal experience when you meet somebody.
Yeah.
Than by email being like, hey, I'm Madison Paige.
Yeah.
Want a book? Like it
Right.
just doesn't hit. So and you usually go to spam. So
Yeah, 100%. And I think also, we were kind of talking about 2020. I think another big thing that happened during that whole dilemma is people's, something changed societally. And it
Everything
seems
shifted.
like now people are more likely to just swipe left or just keep scrolling on your conversation.
Yep.
Whether that's email, phone calls, whatever, people are just not engaging the way they were before.
And honestly, the one platform where I see people engaging on is TikTok.
Really? Yeah, I love TikTok.
I love it and I hate it. I love TikTok because I love being able to share my entire life out there. But people are constantly on it. There's TikTok Live where there's people who have other artists that they'll host on there. Like, it's just a big platform compared to what Instagram's dying now, Facebook is dying, but you got to have it.
Yeah. And TikTok, the thing that's special about that for me is the algorithm allows me to meet people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable because Instagram has a paywall. If you want to meet people, and by the way, this thing up here is a live action counter. If you guys go to Instagram and type in Fort Worth Roots, it will update whenever you hit the follow button. Anyway, all that to say, with Instagram, if you're going to meet people, you've got to spend money on their paid ad space.
Yeah.
You really do. So, like, to promote tonight, I put money behind that so that people would find out about it. Because otherwise, Instagram's going to show it to 200 people. That's it. I've got over 10,000 followers, and nobody is going to see that unless I put money in it. TikTok is not like that.
No, TikTok is very organic.
Yeah.
With the right hashtags.
That, and I also feel like just if it's engaging, if people respond to it, TikTok's going to push it up.
Yep. Yeah.
And I've just got random followers every day. People just find my TikTok and subscribe to, or hit the follow.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen on Instagram.
No. I gave up on Instagram a long time ago.
I feel like it's our resume, right?
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People need to know what you're into. Like I had an artist reach out to me, and I looked up the band, and they're huge. I'd never heard of them before, but they're going to be playing at Tulips. And I got an email, and it was like standard media package bullshit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah. So they want to be on the show? Cool. I don't believe you. Hit me up through Instagram, through your verified Instagram, so that I can just double check.
Yeah.
And surely they're not going to have an issue with that. I have not received a message back yet.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to be on the show, cool, but I need you to verify. I'm not clicking on any of these links you sent me.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
No.
I went through that cybersecurity class.
I learned the hard way.
Yes. We really want to get you up on that stage tonight. Are you willing to play for us a little bit?
I am.
Okay. And before we close this out, we're going to invite the room up. You guys, if y'all have anything to plug, if you're in a band, if you've got a book dropping, if you got a business, we don't care what it is. We want to get you up on the mic. If you'd like to say some encouraging words for our guest tonight, we'd love for you to get up on the mic. Can I ask a question? Yeah, get up here. Let me turn your mic on. Look, we got one brave contestant. Can we get a round of applause? All right. There it is. There it is. All right, get real close to that mic.
I've heard Madison play this song for a couple of times, and I'm really interested in the history. 1962. I'm quite a bit older than she is, and that was the year I was born, and I was just real curious about how that all came about. It's the coolest song. Every time I hear it, I get more out of it.
Yeah. Madison?
Yeah, I know exactly what song he was talking about.
And thank you.
So 1962 is an unreleased song of mine. It was my one song I wrote selfishly for myself. And I decided to create a song about, it's a storytelling song, and Zane Williams and Adam Hood and people, they do this where, you got to listen to the song to understand the buildup of it. And the beginning of it, the first little part is, me as a little girl trying to sing. The middle part is me right now, and then that last part is more of like Madison if she made it big. I don't have my hopes up on it. I'm just here living my life. But but it's one of those things that like I wrote the song. I was like, it's for me, and I don't care what anybody says about it. And actually, I've had a really good turnout with it. And it's kind of like Ashley McBride's "Girl Going Nowhere" song.
Okay.
And it's like the very end of it is like that gut-wrenching just moment where you're like, damn, that's good. Yeah. And so it's a way for me also to give back to my fans and people who support me. But I get compared to Dolly Parton and Patsy Cline and people, and so I was like, I want to write a song about that. And so I've looked up to Carrie Underwood a lot of my life. That was somebody I looked up to since I was little. Uh-huh. And I ended up writing the song, and I don't remember how I came up with the year. I think there was like a mutual understanding about like what some of their like biggest songs or something within the year for the two of them. I was like, okay, I need this. I was like, This is what I want to call it. And because like the way that I sing and the way I can storytell a song, especially like someone else's song, like Dolly and them, people think sometimes like I can make you think that I was born back in that era. And it's just a cool thing. And so I wrote it for myself, and it was my selfish song. So
I was over here trying to pull it up, and I could not find it.
That's not Madison Paige. You got to look up Madison Paige Country.
Okay.
There is somebody else, and that's why I go by Madison Paige Country.
Who is this imposter that's stolen your name?
I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to offend anybody.
Can we talk about Shep's Donuts?
Huh?
Shep's Donuts?
What about it?
We were talking about not offending people. And I wondered if there was a story behind Shep's Donuts that might offend somebody.
I don't know Shep's Donuts. What are you talking about? I'm so confused right now. Did this go over my head?
What were the donuts we were talking about?
Shipley's.
Oh, Shipley's.
I was like, Shep's. Shipley's. I love Shipley's. We had a whole conversation about this prior.
We did.
I was like, Shep's Donuts. I'm like,
I messed that up.
Right over my head. I was like, when's it coming back?
All right, maybe you can find it faster than me. Would you be okay if we played a little bit of that?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to. So actually, this one right here is my most recent. And I just now figured out they uploaded this 6 days ago. That's nice to know.
That's cool.
But that's my
that
recent single. That actually, I did that with Old Gringo Boots in the Stockyards, and they're doing a collaboration with artists. And so
is that a studio down there?
No, well, it's a boot company, and their headquarters is down in the Stockyards, and they are doing this songwriting thing for their media where they're teaming up with artists. Okay, they've been a very big blessing for me in the last year on supporting my music. Very cool. They have just been so good to me, and so I love the owner and everybody there, and they ended up doing this, and so I did a cover song and I did my recent single, and so that's how that's like.
Let's play it.
I mean, if you want to, yeah.
Yeah, let's let people hear it. I think that's the move. Got to get past the ad wall real quick. Oh, no, straight into it.
Old Gringo Boots, and my name is Madison Paige. This is my newest single, Heart of Yours.
That guitar's so quiet.
Ooh, running circles around me. I know you're never gonna ever change by the way you run your mouth. You should be in good shape. I remember once you told me salt looks a lot like sugar. You should take a look in the mirror and watch the damn thing break. 'Cause I'm not gonna pay anymore. Unless you're just looking for a one. better go, you better hide, you better change real deep inside with your hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. Just know if you test my waters, you better know how to swim real good, 'cause I ain't gonna help you get out of that mess that you put yourself in. Better practice what you preach or change a little speech, because karma has a way when I've been lied to straight. 'Cause I'm not gonna play anymore. Unless you're just looking for a war. You better go, you better hide, you better change real deep inside with your hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. Hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. Hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. I may not be perfect, but at least I ain't fake. You should probably grab your diary and write down what I say.
Come on, let's get a round of applause going. Yeah.
That was actually the first time I watched that thing all the way through.
Really?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Were those Gringo boots you're wearing?
Yep, those
that
were.
video?
These are not, but those were,
okay.
yes.
You got some similar boots on tonight. Y'all need to go to YouTube and check that out. It is Madison Paige Country.
Yep.
Not to be confused with the imposter. So, do we want to play 1962 for him?
Yeah.
If I can figure out how to...
Oh, I don't have it on there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's going to be
All
a
right.
guitar song.
Well, we're going to do that then. We're going to get back into, we're going to switch gears and get on stage. How about that?
Perfect.
We got some new... Hey, man, welcome back. Got our homie from Vancouver, is that right? Hell yeah. Thanks for coming back, man. We got some new people that came in here. We have an audience mic set up before we switch gears. Does anybody want to come up and plug a gig they got going on, a book that they're dropping, their business, anything like that? Okay, cool. All right. Well, Madison, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Can we get you back on the show?
Oh, I'm in.
Hell yeah.
Around May. It's a lot closer.
Excellent. All right. We're going to get into the music. You guys don't go anywhere.
appreciate it. So the fun part of this is I get to do my song next. And I have somebody here who has been to so many of my shows back when I actually, I wasn't even living in Weatherford, Aledo area yet. And I remember it was yesterday's sandwich shop, and I was in the back porch. There was like him and 2 other people. And ever since then, he has listened to me and come to all my shows. So Rick, I appreciate both you and Jennifer. Thank you. He loves this song, and it's called Happy Place. So, like I mentioned, I really like the heartbreak songs. So, I wrote this one about a couple months ago, which was new for me because I had writer's block for a long time, and now I'm just a little writing machine. But I haven't really figured out a name for this one yet, but here it is. I wasn't expecting to find you in here, but as soon as I saw you, I put it in gear. Your eyes are so warm, they felt like home to me. I think he might be the reason I believe, but I'm so scared to let him in, 'cause I don't know what to expect if this ends all again. I'm trying so hard to let him in, but the way that they yell at me plays in my head. I know this one here is much different, and he shouldn't pay for the damage. I just pray he has patience. I know you didn't want a project. No one wants to fix someone, but the patience I need is different. It takes kind words, a lot of soft love, but I'm so scared to let him in, 'cause I don't know what to expect if this ends all again. I'm trying so hard to let him in, but the way that they yelled at me plays in my head. I know this one here is much different, and he shouldn't pay for the damage. I just pray he has patience. I'll always be there when we need it, and I'm not like the rest, hope you see it. But I'm so scared to let you in, 'cause I don't know what to expect if this ends all again. I'm trying so hard to let you in, but the way that they yell at me fucks with my head. I know that you are much different, and you shouldn't pay for the damage. I just pray you have patience. Thank you. All right. I don't know. So I'm gonna do a song. Actually, I had somebody today Snapchat me, they're like, I need to listen to your music. I said, well, you can find me here. And so then I started going down Memory Avenue, and I was like, let me listen to the rough mixes of all my singles, stuff that like I don't even play anymore. And this one Rick will appreciate. This is Gin in the Glass, and I don't ever play this anymore. But it's about somebody who was in my life that was an alcoholic, and it definitely took a toll on me. But I put it into words, and I made it into like more of a style of relationship because people will understand it that way a little bit better, resonates better, and sells better. But it's called Gin in the Glass, and yeah. spoke about Leanne Womack earlier, and Eric, will you record this one for me? I love this song. I actually just learned it today. I had a friend tell me about it, and I was like, wait a second, this is a really good song. I don't even think it's hers, but it's called I Keep Forgetting. Song that I wrote, it was my very first song I ever wrote, and story behind this one, I was bullied really bad throughout my school years, and nobody likes somebody that knows what they want to do and they're good at it, and they just were driven for it, and I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew I had a fighting chance at it if I fought really hard, and so I got bullied really bad, got choked out a couple times in school, went through absolute hell and back, and then I ended up creating a song, and I remember in 2012, I tried to write a song. I was like, I want to write a song. I want to write about bullying, and I was like, all right, let's try it. And it took till 2014 for me to actually write this song. And this song has now helped so many people, between 6-year-olds to 60-year-olds. And it's awesome to see the age range that it's helped people through in the stories. But this is my very first single, and it's called Stand Tall. you gotta learn to get back up and shake it off. And sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's tough, but you gotta learn to get back up and shake it off. And stand tall. Oh, don't give up, 'cause you're not alone. Stand tall. Thank you. I'm not used to playing my own originals as much. Usually I pick one of my songs and I'm like, I'm good. So I feel like it's only appropriate to do Heart of Yours. Running circles around me, I know you're never gonna ever change by the way you run your mouth. You should be in good shape. I remember once you told me this all looks a lot like sugar. You should take a look in the mirror, watch the damn thing break. 'Cause I'm not gonna pay any unless you're just looking for a word. You better go, you better hide, you better change real deep inside where you're hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. Just know if you test my waters, you better know how to swim real good. 'Cause I ain't gonna help you get out of the BS you put yourself in. Better practice what you preach, change a little speech. Because karma has a way when I've been lied to straight. 'Cause I'm not gonna play anymore. Unless you're just looking for a word. Better go, you better hide, you better change real deep inside where you're hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. Hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. Hypocritical, insecure, adolescent heart of yours. I may not be perfect, but at least I ain't fake. You should probably grab your diary and write down what I say. Appreciate it.
Give it up for Madison Paige. Find her on Instagram as Madison Paige Madison Paige Country on Instagram. All right, great recording, wonderful audience. These guys were great. All the applause, very active. Don't think we got anybody on the audience mic, but that's okay. All right, come join us next Tuesday. We'll be back out there at McFly's. Starts at 5 o'clock. You guys are all encouraged to come out and join in the festivities. We're going to have pizza for you, an audience microphone, Billy Bob ticket giveaway, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So come on out. McFly's Pub, Tuesday, 5 p.m., every single week, except for there's going to be a dead spot in April because I'm going to Terlingua. We're going to go look at some stars, howl at the moon, that kind of deal. It's going to be fun. And you can come if you want. Donovan Manufacturing, DonovanMFG.com, night vision thermals, machine gun rentals, AR-15 parts, classes, and more. Also under the same umbrella, get all of your print needs through our friends, banners, vehicle wraps, business cards, brochures, T-shirts, and anything else you might need. Find information on the print shop on Facebook at Dylan-Press. Also, you can email them at Dylan@Press.com. Purple Web Consulting, purplewebconsulting.com. Website design and hosting, e-commerce integration, digital strategy, and consulting. Basically, he's giving you the modern business tools accessible to run your small business the way the big dogs do. Find Purple Web Consulting online at purplewebconsulting.com or 817-629-6069. Fort Worth Float Company is your day filled with noise and distractions, overstimulating sounds and activities. Our daily lives have become overwhelming with tasks and responsibilities. Very few moments to shut off the world, even for a brief moment. Welcome to Fort Worth Float Company. They specialize in providing sensory deprivation float tanks, ultimate relaxation experience, offering various pricing packages and 3 different tanks. Fort Worth Float Company. Find them at FW Float Company on Instagram. Hop in Fort Worth over here on Weisenberger Street, where we're going to be tonight. And if you are listening to this right as we release it, you can come on out and be part of the speed dating at 6 o'clock and then the Fort Worth dating games at 7. And it's not just for singles. If you just are looking for something fun to get into, there's nothing like this going on in Fort Worth. So come on out. There's no charge to enjoy the show. And if you haven't been to Hoppin' yet, it's an incredible place. We've got 58 taps on the wall, ciders, THC seltzers, craft beer, and wine as well. There's also a full-service cocktail bar. It's a great little spot on Weisenberger Street, right down from Doc's Records, 1 block north of Target off of West 7th Street. Find them on Instagram at HoppinFWTX. The Davis Team. Look no further than our friends at the Davis Team for all your property needs. They've already sold 2 homes for us here at Fort Worth Roots and helped us find and close on our most recent house purchase. We wouldn't have accepted any other offer of sponsorship from a real estate agent because in the back of our minds we would have always known the best was still out there. No commitment necessary. If you have questions about property, visit them online, yourdavesteam.com, or just give them a call, 817-755-0504. 13 or 14, I can't remember. Full-time agents, all dedicated to selling your property or helping you find your next one. There's nothing else like this in Fort Worth, DFW area, so yeah, don't waste any time with those other guys. Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf, dedicated to promoting disc golf to the masses for its health benefits through outdoor therapy, exercise, and camaraderie. Find them on Facebook at Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf, or you can email them, galaxywildernessdg@gmail.com. They will come out. They will put an entire disc golf course together for you so that you and your friends, family can enjoy it. And then when you're done, he comes and he picks up the whole thing. Can't beat that. All right. Body Scrubbery. We talked about them up front. Michelle has everything you need for a great day of relaxation by yourself, with your spouse, your significant other, or with a small group of people. Find them on Instagram as The Body Scrubbery. Boulevard Brew. Go get your great coffee in a rad little spot just off of River Oaks Boulevard. 5406 River Oaks Boulevard to be exact. Eaton Data Solutions, working hard to make sure that you don't get your pants pulled down while you're not in front of your computer terminal. Cyber criminals are breaking into people's stuff. Small and medium-sized businesses are being impacted the same way you've seen the larger companies, the big Fortune 500 companies, with the cyber attacks. They'll take your data, they'll lock it up, and then they'll try to sell you an encryption key back. If you buy the encryption key from them, there's a 50-50 chance you'll get your data back. If you do get your data back, they're going to be coming after you again. So take care of this before it becomes a problem. And if you have data, you're at risk. It's called Eaton Data Solutions. They'll send their dedicated team to come out and identify areas of vulnerability in your system before it becomes a tragic, awful story that you tell for years and years and years. You can go to EatonDataSolutions.com. Roofing Solutions by Darren Hauk. Find our buddy Darren over on the web at RoofingSolutionsHauk.com. They take care of commercial and residential homes. You name a type of roof, they can put it on. They've been doing it for a very long time. And the reason we're so excited about Darren and our friends over there at Roofing Solutions by Darren Hauk is because they do great work. They've got the best ratings in the entire DFW area. And they got a brick and mortar location on Meandering and Yale, right next to the Fort Worth Roots studio. And that's important. You don't want these storm chasers coming in and just slapping a new magnet on the side of the car. You need somebody that's established in the community so that when something goes wrong, and it will eventually, you need to have your roofer here locally. If they just rolled in with the storm and they're gone as soon as you look up, they can't help you. They might tell you they can, but it'll be a third-party agency showing up to finish the work they didn't do correct the first time. McFly's Pub, 6104 LTJG Barnett Road, a 1980s Back to the Future themed bar with an excellent outdoor patio complete with fire pit and room for your fur baby. Daily drink specials and lots of cool stuff always going on at McFly's Pub. Check them out on Instagram at McFly's Pub. Tres Amigos Tacos and Tequila. Tres Amigos Tacos and Tequila.com. Chef Sandy brings a fresh perspective and culinary expertise to Tres Amigos, continuing the spirit of family-led entrepreneurship and the culinary excellence that Chef Paul was known for. 909 West Magnolia Avenue. Cloudland Recording Studios, our buddy Joe Tacky over there at Cloudland, doing the Lord's work, really. Cloudlandrecordingstudio.com. Is an analog and digital recording studio located in the heart of Fort Worth. We are just 1 mile from downtown and 5 minutes from near Southside Entertainment District of Magnolia Avenue. Baez Maintenance Services, one of our newest sponsors. You can find them at baezmaintenance.com or get them on the phone at 817-528-3056. BMS is a family-owned and operated business providing professional commercial cleaning services to establishments throughout DFW. With client satisfaction as a primary goal, high-quality maintenance is available as frequently as requested. This includes a 24-hour support system, which guarantees a quick response since our beginning. In 2017, there has only been one major goal at BMS, customer satisfaction. Again, that phone number is 817-528-3056, and it is baezmaintenance.com. All right, that's it. Now I'm going to get some things together for you at Hoppin' for the Fort Worth dating game. Hope you guys can make it out. Thank you for listening to this episode. Don't forget, go give Madison Paige a follow at Madison Paige Country on Instagram. And we'll be out there next Tuesday giving out Billy Bob's tickets and having more fun. So if you can make it out, McFly's Pub, 5 p.m. next week. We'll see you there. All right. Till next time. See you.